Hi, I'm Mia, and this might turn into a very boring look. Also, please ignore the red patch on my face. I did a little face shave before coming up here, so she's just kind of irritated right now. But no, I have a few things that I got during the Sephora sale. I have more on the way, and I'm going to place another order. But I get paid on Thursday, so that's why I'm waiting. But one of them is a berry blush, and I don't want to go too overwhelmingly, too much on the eyes, too much on the cheeks, yada yada yada. So I might do something kind of simple and neutral for the eye, maybe a little shimmer. But yeah, let's get into it. But like I said, I'm gonna keep it super simple for the eyes. This is from Dominique Cosmetics. This is the Transition palette. I'm actually really enjoying this palette. It's a very nice formula. I do like the tones and the depths. And yeah, she's nice. I like her. But large fluffy brush, I'm going in with some of Soft and Sweet and a little bit of Frothy. And I'm just gonna do a little la-di-da. No, today is Monday, April 13th. The two-night dog show, Westminster Dog Show tickets go on sale today. They're about $118, which makes sense, but it's also only the cheaper sections that are on sale right now. So I'm gonna wait until they go on sale, and hopefully the closer seats go, because if I do go, I want a better seat. I know it's Madison Square Garden and they'll have TV showing everything anyways, but I want to be closer to the action. So that's C'est La Vie. Then just a little light wash, nothing wild, nothing intense. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of just blushing. I'm gonna do a little, just a little. We did very light outing today. We went to two places, and one of them was nothing but cakes, because they got the strawberry cheesecake for one pack, and that's my favorite one. Favorite of all times. Also, this one isn't as pink toned as I thought it would be. So, not so fun, not so fresh. But yeah, no, didn't do a lot. But I was I even had said that, I don't necessarily want to go out today, but I don't have the option to go out next Monday, because apparently I was having this conversation with one of my coworkers, and now I'm just going in with some of Soft and Sweet and a little bit of blushing. I was talking to one of my coworkers, and the manager said that everyone has to work on 4/20, even though it's not within my availability. And 4/20 is a Monday. It's also the day of the Boston Marathon. And I don't hate myself to go into Boston on Marathon Day, even though we're not in Back Bay. But that sounds awful, horrible, evil. Why would you do this to me? And then this is from R.E.M. Beauty. This is the liquid eyeshadow in the shade Fembot. But yeah, no. So she wants everyone to work on 4/20, which, rude. But she also has me scheduled. Again, I would like to be known that I told her that I can't do very many, days outside my usual availability this month. And if she needs me to do one, text me so I can check ahead of time. Again, it's a lie, but I didn't want to get super relied on post coworker leaving. Yeah, I'm scheduled for 45 hours this week. One of them being Sunday. So she's gonna have me on from Wednesday, which is probably Wednesday the 15th to, would Wednesday be the 15th? Yeah, Wednesday the 15th to Monday. So I'm gonna be working 6 days in a row, no day off, and then Tuesday will be my only day off. And if she tries to put me Wednesday through Sunday after next week on top of Monday, I'm gonna, swear to God, I'm just not gonna show up. Be no, I'm done, I quit, effective immediately. If this is how you're gonna treat me, this is just not. And I'm scheduled in overtime. This isn't me doing I usually clock in a few minutes early and I usually blah 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 blah. On the schedule I am for 45 hours, not including the half hour I clock in early because I need to go to the bank and shit. So this is gonna be an interesting week. I'm going to look myself. It's also more of the offense that I would rather work Marathon Monday than the Sunday before the marathon. Because Marathon Monday, we're not gonna get hit by anything like that. The Sunday, you know, when everyone's out with their families, and there's an extra few 100,000 people in Boston. Plus, it's supposed to be relatively nice that week, for the rest of the week, I think. So, she's breaking her employee's heart. And then this is from NYX Professional Makeup. This is the Epic Wear Eyeliner Stick in the shade Periwinkle Pop. It also took her 4 hours to respond to me yesterday. Because, you know, we're still having we don't have a basement, so we don't have extra storage right now. So I was like, oh, hey, you know, they ran out of this last night. Can we get it turned off? Blah, blah, blah. That was when I clocked in, basically. Like 20 minutes after I clocked in. Didn't answer. Somehow the entirety of our online stock got turned back on, even though we are still out of it and she knew. So I texted her that, and then she responded to me at 4 o'clock about it. And I went, okay. She's like, oh, I'm gonna send you some things, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, you also said that on Thursday, to the point that you called me asking what we needed. And then you did the same thing on Friday. I was like, hey, you know, what do we need? And I went, this, this, and this. No, not Thursday. Friday, she called me saying, hey, what do we need? I went, this, this, this. Saturday, she texted me saying, what do we need? This, this, this. Sunday, text me again saying what we need. Asked what we needed. Also, she had asked me, when I talked to her last week, she went, oh, hey, can you open next Monday, being today at the time? And I went, oh, hey, no, blah, blah, blah. So, that implies she was going to put me on today, and then still Wednesday through next Monday. And she wonders why all of her employees are miserable right now. And then this is the large fluffy brush from earlier, and I'm just going to bring this down a little under. But if I can't be promoted to assistant manager, I don't want assistant manager hours. I'm good with my 30 hours. 32, 35? Sure, beautiful. 45, not including my half hour. But she did accidentally schedule me earlier than she usually does on Saturday, Sunday. Like, she scheduled me at 10 a.m. I'm usually scheduled for 10:45 a.m. 10 a.m. is still earlier than I would clock in on Saturdays. So she also put me into overtime by herself by accident. But whatever. Alright, I need to go put on some lashes, but then when I'm back I can play with I have 3 new makeup items. The things that are currently being shipped are perfume and body care, so I've been good so far. Give it until Thursday. But gonna put on some lashes. I'll be back in a second. Alright, hi. I'm back. I dilly-dallied and procrastinated so much that I should have just given up because it's been like 30-40 minutes. But now I get to finally use my new Sephora stuff. 2 of these will be a first impression. One of them is just another shade of a blush formula I already know I like, I'm gonna be honest here. So yeah. First, I'm gonna go in with the Danessa Myricks Beauty Yummy Skin 10 out of 10 Barrier Boost. This has HA and Ectoin. It's a plumping serum. Alright, first step in my skincare, so I'll use this and then I'll go in with my other primer. I did use this just on my skin as is. My skin seems to tolerate it. I haven't had any issues so far, but I've not used it under makeup yet. Because this is the first time I've had to do my time to do my makeup, so. And I'm not going to put any on my nose just because I don't want to be too, I don't want makeup coming off my nose. But no, I like this, and I know I had said I was talking about getting it anyways to replace my Paula's Choice Ectoine Booster that ran out, and this is like twice the amount for about the same price, so also makes sense to continue to use this. But I would let this dry down for a hot second. I don't know what to get. Like, I need to get a new Urban Decay brow gel. I need to get a new Milk makeup stick because I twisted mine up too high. Now it won't go down. I hate components like that. I want to get like a slightly tinted sunscreen, but like makeup wise, it's not a whole lot. And I want to get my perfume in, because I have just the perfume coming today. So I want to try that before seeing if I can get another one, because I did get the Boy Smells Watermelon Body Mist. So I want to see if I like that before investing into the new Henry Rose perfume, except I think it's sold out right now, so that's not great. But I can also see what happens in the next few days. And then I'm just going to go in with a little bit of this. This is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops. Just want to get a little extra boost because the Ectoine serum dries down a little more because it's just regular skincare. But get that done and dealt with. But I have some body care stuff on the way. I have like a hydrating shower milk or something. I do have a body wash with niacinamide in it, and then I also have an unscented body lotion because apparently I don't have one of those. And I don't want to say it's KP, but something on my upper arms is like weird and bumpy and red. Like it's red to the point that it's getting a little purple some days, and I'm like, I don't know what you are. And I want to try to start getting onto my body care game a little more than just body wash and call it a day. And I also get these like weird flat like little blood marks or something on my skin, and I'm like, I don't know what you are. But you don't itch, you're not, again, you're flat. They aren't raised, they're not itchy. Just kind of there. So I'm like, alright. And then I have a new foundation because I was saying that I like the appearance of a lighter weight foundation skin tint with a more heavier concealer these days. So I ended up picking up the M.PH Skin Weightless Serum Foundation. I got mine in the shade 30N because I am pale. Who would have guessed? And this is looking, I don't know. Like, I don't want to say dark. I'm going to give this a shake just out of precaution. Is this? I do like that this is brown and not black. Just because something a little, like, the most minuscule different. But, like, it's very obviously not quite black. And based on the packaging, this is, like, a very deep brown. But, again, this is 30. And I'm going to do 2 pumps onto the back of my hand. And that's, looks like it could be an okay match. Again, I don't like the smell of this. I can't explain what the smell is, but it just smells weird. Okay, not loving the shade, if you're gonna be honest here. It looks a little yellow. And that's coming from someone who can be a little yellow sometimes. Like, I was looking at my skin this morning when we were in, like, my arms this morning when I was in the car, and I'm like, wow, I'm looking a little yellow. Because it's cloudy, so I just look a little extra. Ah, damn it. I did a very light color the other night, so just colored my hair. Ear. Who would have thought? But we're gonna... Oh, I lied. We went to 3 places because we ended up going to Bagel World. I've never been before. It's a very big North Shore thing. I didn't love it. I got a lox bagel, like the traditional Nova one. This also has more coverage than I thought it was going to. Also, how can I complain about that shade match when it's actually a pretty good shade match. One, their toasted bagel, barely toasted. I got a salt bagel, because I love salt bagels. I might need like half a pump more. They use the kind of bagels that pretzels do, like soft pretzels, so it's like that big chunky coarse salt, and I'm like, that's not great. And they're a little chewy, and they weren't great, and their ordering system is a mess. And I'm like, okay, that's actually a really good shade match. But I am gonna go in with the Patrick Ta Major Skin Soft Blur Brightening Concealer in Fair Neutral 2. Just a little. Like, I don't hate how this looks. I'm not loving it though. Just like, it's clinging a little weird to some patches. I'm gonna try this again within the next, week or so. And make sure to try it with my usual like base routine, because even though I use my glow recipe, I haven't used the Danessa Myricks booster under anything. That may just have to be a straight skincare item, and that's perfectly fine. I did buy it with the intent of using it as like just standard skincare, not skin prep for makeup. But the foundation did a pretty decent job at covering my the red spot on my face. Again, it was just irritated skin, it wasn't anything. Again, I thought it was gonna be lighter weight, and I went in with the fluffy side of the brush. It's just a little yellow. Yeah, it's pilling. I can see it in my hair. It's pilling a little weird on the forehead, which is odd because my forehead is not usually my problem area. But just yeah. I guess that part will be covered by bangs, so. Alright, next I'm gonna go in with the Makeup Forever Artist Color Crayon in the shade Luminous Taupe. Just do a little bit of that. Also, besides the fact, playing with base products, I also need to see if this is going to give me a reaction. But usually when it comes to like facial products, whether it's foundations or like skincare items, my face will like have an immediate reaction. Like, I'll feel hot and inflamed, and I'll feel a little like itchy, but I don't feel anything yet. But who's to say? Just gonna do a little. Oh! There's a lady who came in, who attempted to come in yesterday. I was actively in the midst of like locking the store, because I'm like, hey, bathrooms across the street, we don't have one. I have to kind of leave and close the store. And she's like, are you closing? I'm like, only for a few minutes, need to take my break, go do something, blah blah blah. She's like, is it only you here? I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm closing the store. She's like, so you can't serve us? She's like, I have a bunch of 8-year-olds for a birthday that I promised cookies to. I'm like, oh, I'm like again, give me like 2-3 minutes, and I'll help you when I get back, blah blah blah. She turned to the group of children. She's like, this lady doesn't want to give you guys cookies. I'm like, lady, like, it was my first time in 7 hours that I had the chance in the break to go to the bathroom. Also, breaking every labor law by not getting a paid or unpaid lunch as it is. Like, give me 3 minutes to run across the street and piss into a porta potty. Like, damn, girl. I'm like, then I was like, give me a few minutes and I can, help you when I get back. It's not a go away, I'm closing the store until someone else comes in. I can't with people. I legitimately cannot with people. It was also stupid busy yesterday for no apparent reason. So I'm not looking forward to next Sunday. Now, this is from Huda Beauty. This is their blush filter liquid blush, but this is in one of the new shades from the Strawberry Latte collection, I think it's called Berry Fever. I do think I might pick up this it might, the shade itself might be called Strawberry Latte, but it looks like a warm toasty mauve. It's supposed to be like the strawberries and cream, and then the latte shade, so I might pick that up. But again, this is Berry Fever. I'm hoping this is going to be a little more warm toned. This is my first blush with the new applicator though, so it's more like, that's gonna be, that's not gonna be great going, oh, that's deep. We're gonna start with the little. The way it's attached to the wand, it's a very thin attachment, so I'm just a little worried about how it's gonna, ooh, that's great. I'm just a little worried about how it's going to, like, if it's gonna break anytime soon. So just gonna, and this is probably too small of a brush. Probably should have gone in with a bigger one, but wanted to make sure. This is honestly just turned into like a fuchsia color, gotta be honest. But, which is why I wanted something a little softer on the eye, because I didn't know how it was going to work out. Get just remainders on the brush, on the chin and the nose. This would be like the perfect like cold girl / I'm cold makeup shade. Like, I don't hate the shade. Thankfully, I don't think it's too cool toned actually. So, yay. But it just, like, the attachment is so thin, like right there, that I'm so concerned that this is gonna break off very soon. And like, I didn't love, like, I don't love the whatchamacallit, like the applicator on the other ones, but it's at least attached and I'm not worried about it breaking off at any time soon. Yeah, next time do a bigger brush, but this one was clean, so didn't want anything affecting my thought on the shade. I put way too much on this side. It's fine, everything's fine. Just doing a little. Also, I saw that the new Malcolm in the Middle reboot, or not reboot, because it's like it's 4 episodes, like a special almost, is out. I did not finish. I'm like, I don't know what season I'm on. It's either 4 or 5. But it's after Jamie is born. So, whenever that is. But I'm like, I don't want to go, I know there's probably not much that I've missed. But I don't want to go into it, you know, not completely done. And then I'm just going to go in with the remainder of my foundation brush and just kind of fix this a little. Okay, I really like this shade. Like, I feel like it's very angelic, which is funny because it's like not super intense, but that's because I didn't add as much as I usually do because I'm not stupid. But like, I feel like there's just like a nice little flush. Like, I feel like this would be a good summer color on me, honestly. And then this is from Colourpop Cosmetics. This is the Super Shock Cheek in the shade Flexitarian. I know. Who could have foreseen this? Not seismic though, so shout out me. But just didn't want anything like too color heavy. Sounds wrong, but like, this is pretty white champagne-y. I didn't want something like specifically like, I didn't want a pink highlighter, I didn't want an overly gold highlighter, I didn't want like a skin tone beige one, just something a little, but I also didn't want straight white. Then this is like the best option for that really in my collection. And then with a little round brush, I am taking some and putting some on the inner corner, because the more highlight the better. And then I'm also going to put some up on the brow bone, because I've been really getting back into that lately, and no one can stop me. Contrary to popular belief, it is a free country, and I can do whatever I want. Makeup has no rules, and I say, give me a highlighter. Give me a highlighter or give me death, question mark? No highlighter without representation? I don't know. But this is from e.l.f. Cosmetics. This is the Cream Glide Lip Liner in the shade Baddest Beige. Again, not actively buying anything, just using what I have. I'm just gonna, sorry, saw dust floating. Just go online. Yeah, so we have the downstairs neighbor. His sister is a menace to society and our comfort. It's really funny because my grandfather's back in a week, so we'll see what happens. You know, our one main thing was, you know, obviously no smoking in the house. You're shoveling out the spot up front if you know, drive. He's like, oh no. I'm like the sister. And you are in charge of bringing up your own trash and recycling. He has not taken his recycling bin up in 2 cycles, so a month, and it is filled to the brim. He has 1 bin. We had to get an extra one so we could have 2, because God forbid a family of 4 plus a dog make more recycling as expected than a single man. So we all know that's the sister that's doing everything. So if I go downstairs and I see any of his recycling in our bin that I paid for, I paid for the new bin, I'm gonna throw hands. She also left, she has kids, 2 of them, toddlers. So she left a, like, one of those pull wagons, like the fabric ones under the back stairs, even though she doesn't live here. We really hope that it's under the still there when my grandfather gets back, so we can be like, I thought this was a single man with a dog. There's no need for this tiny Yorkie. So then we get to tell him everything. I don't want to see him, but I do want to see. I want to see what it goes down. I really, really do. And then just gonna blend this out a little, because that's what I do. Well, concept, I know. And because I'm only doing a gloss. Yeah, I know. You're tired of just glosses. I don't really like the appearance of a full coverage lip these days. So. And I don't want to do blush on the lips because then it'll be like a little too much. So alas. But this is from Covergirl. This is the Clean Fresh Yummy Gloss in the shade You're Just Jelly. That way it's still little to match with the cheeks. I know. Just like I usually do. Would have thought. And just do a little that. And a little bit of that. Oh. Bridget's also skipping puppy class today, so they're too lazy to go today. I'm like, you know what? Not my dog. Not my problem. But I need to go fix my bangs, but I should be back in a second. Alright, and this is the finished look. I know, it's very simple. I said it was going to be very simple. Even though it's not a lot of things, when I try new products, I like to do like a more, like, kind of toned down look just so I can get a good grasp on her. Eyes, nothing new, but I feel like these are perfect. These are exactly what I needed. Blush, I knew I was going to like the formula. Again, I know I like the Ectoine, the Yummy Skin Booster by itself. I am not 100% sure how I like it under makeup, but I also don't know if it's the foundation. So like I said, I'm gonna do my standard Glow Recipe Coffee primer combination with that foundation, and then also with my like Polish Choice and my NYX serums, again, just so I can really, but I don't, like, I feel like this looks so nice, so perfect. Everything came together. Like, I really like the finish of the foundation, and unfortunately the shade's like pretty good too. Actually, it's not. I'm a liar. I can see where it stops on my neck. But I feel like this just looks nice. Everything came together so well, so nicely. I've been having a few of those days lately. Not a lot, but a few.